What happened when you finally stood up to your family's tyranny? My dad is the most achievement-obsessed person I've ever met. Ever since me and my brother Jacob were little, he would make us do brain training exercises every single morning at 5 a.m. We had to solve calculus problems while standing on one foot, and if we got even one wrong, we'd have to rewrite entire textbooks by hand. Our bedtime routine was literally reciting the periodic table backwards and practicing SAT vocabulary until we could define 500 words perfectly. And while I always felt sick doing it, Jacob was Dad's little genius machine. By 15, he was taking college courses, monitoring my study time with a stopwatch, and reporting me if I took a bathroom break longer than 3 minutes. And he'd created a point system where he deducted credits for every minute I wasn't studying. And instead of our dad being concerned that his teenage son was acting like a prison warden, he bought Jacob a $2,000 laptop to optimize his enforcement capabilities. And even though I hated how my dad wanted me to perform, I still wanted his approval. So I poured everything into trying to meet his standards. I studied until my eyes bled, took every AP class, never slept more than 4 hours. So when I finally got accepted into Yale with a full scholarship, my dad was the first person I told. Only Yale? I suppose that's acceptable for someone of your limited capabilities, but Jacob would have gotten into all the Ivies, was all he said before filing my acceptance letter in a folder labeled disappointments. The breaking point came a week later. I came home to find Jacob passed out at his desk, empty Adderall bottles hidden in his drawer. When I tried to talk to him about it, he actually laughed. Oh, these? They just help me maintain peak performance. It's actually really smart. Dad says successful people do whatever it takes to stay ahead. That's when I knew I lost him. But if that's what my dad wanted, then I figured I should at least try to make him proud. So in the summer before college, I enrolled in an intensive pre-med program just to get one single approving nod from my father. The program director, Dr. Wang, would quiz us during meals, made us study 18 hours a day, publicly ranked us every morning. I knew it was destroying me, but when I brought home my ranking certificate, my dad's face lit up. He even spoke to me without criticism for the first time in 3 years. Fast forward 4 years later, and I graduated with a degree in creative writing. I had been in therapy for months, found an amazing mentor named Professor Williams. She was the first teacher who celebrated my creativity, encouraged my passions, actually read my work for its merit, not its grades. So when Thanksgiving came around, I was actually excited. I thought maybe, just maybe, my family would see how happy I was. She kept reassuring me that pursuing my passion was success, and that my dad would understand eventually. For a second, I actually believed her. So when I knocked on the door, I had more hope than ever. But Jacob was the one to open, and he looked like a skeleton of himself, twitching from stimulants, eyes bloodshot from all-nighters he could no longer sustain. My heart shattered, and I guess his did too, because as soon as he saw my published poetry collection, he gasped, "Oh my God, Mia, you're embarrassing our family legacy in public?" Professor Williams politely introduced herself and mentioned how proud she was of my book deal. That's when my dad's face went from fake politeness to pure rage. "A real Wang doesn't waste their potential on worthless hobbies," he hissed, while grabbing my book so hard he tore the cover. And that's when he noticed my MFA acceptance letter sticking out of my bag. "You ungrateful failure, you've destroyed everything I built for you," he then screamed while literally trying to rip up my manuscripts. Jacob jumped up and grabbed my laptop to delete my files while Dad kept tearing pages, except he was destroying them so frantically that paper cuts covered his hands. Professor Williams immediately called campus security while trying to pull them off me. I figured by this point my family would realize they were destroying my life's work, but no. My dad grabbed a lighter and held it to my manuscripts. "You destroyed my legacy. You were supposed to be a doctor." Meanwhile, my brother was formatting my hard drive and I couldn't stop screaming. Luckily, the police arrived fast, and by the time they stopped them, years of my writing were destroyed and my laptop was completely white. By the time the adrenaline wore off, I was furious. My dad kept calling me. Professor Williams was telling me she's proud of me for breaking free and asking if I still wanted to pursue writing. But all the noise around me simply came in one ear, out the other, because I was going to have a creative career and I was going to make my family back off. And make my family back off I did. Full story on channel, link below.